The One Academy is the heart of our company. Cryptocurrency is not an easy product. It's a very innovative product based on technology and based on very, very complex concepts. For us to be part of this financial revolution, to be part of cryptocurrency and of a community, we need to understand exactly what we do and what we talk about. And this is why we have the One Academy. The One Academy provides you with concepts, provides you with explanation on cryptocurrency and on the financial world. I would encourage everybody to join the courses, to do the certificates, and to understand thoroughly how to use cryptocurrency, what cryptocurrency is, and how we can change the world by using cryptocurrency. One Academy. Learn today, lead tomorrow.
Hey kids, I know most of you have heard adults speaking about money, right? In our animated video series, we will discover the most important things you should know about money and how to manage it in the future. Ooh, did I forget to mention our adventurous comic book with finance lessons? I love comics so much. What about you? Are you ready for this adventure?
Welcome, welcome, welcome. A blessed good morning and good day to everyone from the Caribbean and around the rest of the world. Thank you for being on the call. My name is Maureen Brown, and I'm from Barbados. I am your host today. Just a reminder of why we're here. Our founder, Dr. Ruja, has said, we're learning today so we can lead tomorrow. For the next week or so, we will be exploring the Super TED series because it can be used to initiate conversations with parents, neighbors, friends, family, and loved ones about the world of cryptocurrency and the importance of becoming financially literate. It also gives us the opportunity to leave a lifelong legacy with our children and our nation's children. The Super TED series is an initiative created by the One World Foundation, which is part of the ecosystem of One Life and the heartbeat of our founder, Dr. Ruja. The One World Foundation gives all of One Life members the opportunity to donate and give back to the communities they operate in. The Adventures of Super TED is a series of comic books on financial education for children from ages 5 to 12 years old. The series aims to empower children to become independent and productive citizens who understand the basic concepts of money and finance. The content is developed by a team of financial experts, entrepreneurs, illustrators, and people with teaching experience. This ensures that the comics and the video lectures are adapted for children to explore the material at their own pace in their free time. It is made so kids can learn about money and financial institutions while having fun. Remember, this is an interactive session, so please put your questions and comments in the chat box. Also, we will allow 1 or 2 contributions at the end of the discussion unless otherwise stated. One Academics, together we will keep changing the world, as stated by our founder, Dr. Ruja. Larry Pereira.
Good morning. Good morning, Maureen. Pleasant good morning to you. I trust you're having a fabulous morning.
Yes, I am. And how are you?
Oh, I'm actually blessed. Definitely great to be on the call this morning. And of course, welcome once again to all our One Academites within the Caribbean region and further afield. If it's midday, good afternoon, wherever you are in this beautiful blue planet we call Earth. Today, we continue our series, our ongoing series of Super TED Learning, Making the Money Go Round. And we have an interesting presenter this morning, currently the host of One Academy, Miss Maureen Brown out of Barbados, who will be taking us through Making the Money Go Round. It's a very interesting read, and going through these One Academy children, the Super TED, I'm amazed at the information that's actually supplanted there. You guys, you really need to go and read this. I mean, it has nothing to do with whether you didn't have financial intelligence before. Reading this definitely does, gives you a whole new perspective I mean, yesterday when Patrice spoke about the double coincidence, it is so amazing how this information is really formulated. And really, if you get this, you really need to go out there and share it with everyone. Maureen, this morning, before we get into the One Academy and by extension the Super TED Learning, give me a little bit of your take on your read so far with regards to the Super TED. I know that you would have read the Super TED, but I know you're studying it a little more. Tell me, give me your perspective before we start.
Well, the Super TED is a very simple way of explaining how the history of money, how it works, the global financial system, really. And I find it gives us the perfect opportunity to speak to children. It is children oriented, as you know, it's called the children's series, so that even just having the knowledge, reading it and having that bite-sized little nuggets of wisdom about the whole financial system and how it works and money, we will be able to initiate conversations. And it's another way, as I would say, for us to have the information in a simple form and spread the word. So it gives us another set of confidence, and we'll be able to even one of the things that came to me most is another way to get parents and adults interested in the whole world of cryptocurrency and joining us on our journey to becoming wise and knowledgeable investors. So it's it's put in the simplest of form, and we can also use it even though we are adults. So I find it very interesting.
I know for a fact, in terms of your background qualifications, you do spend a lot of time in the HR field and by extension, you know, a relationship consultant as well. From that perspective, in terms of professionally, where do you think Super TED Learning can go as it relates to family integration, spending time with family? Do you see this as really, truly a unique tool that we can use, not just for One Academy, but as a tool that should be used in households?
Definitely, because when I do my other reading concerning money and like with Robert Kiyosaki, we miss opportunities. What the very rich do and wealthy do is they take time to talk to their children about money, and that's why they always seem to have the advantage over us. So for me, this could revolutionize our families by just taking, because I think sometimes we miss those perfect moments of giving an object lesson. So for me, the Super TED series is another way for us to start those conversations with our families and our loved ones and spend a little more time, 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes. We don't have to spend, you know, sometimes we're very busy as parents, as adults, but I think we can make the sacrifice and really take, so you can look at the series and just use one little nugget and use that as for 5-minute lesson with your child and bonding with that child and bonding with the family, so everybody could be incorporated. So yes, I believe that this series can make a difference in our families. It's a perfect way to bond and get to know and put our children, give our children an advantage that they didn't have.
Excellent. Of course, good morning again to all our One Academites that are now joining the call. We are currently on the Making the Money Go Round by Miss Maureen Brown out of Barbados. It's all yours, Maureen.
Thank you, Larry. So to begin the read, the first page says, "Hi, I'm Super TED, and together we'll take a look at what makes the money go around." We already know that money is used for exchange. We exchange money for the things we want. Thought that was an interesting thing. We exchange money for the things we want, and I would say even the things we need. The things we give our money for are 2 types: goods and services, objects and actions. The goods can be used only once, like food, or multiple times, like a bicycle. The services are actions which someone performs instead of us for a certain price. Now, this is where I'm going to pause and I'm going to share some thoughts. So, So if I go back one page to repeat what it says, we exchange money for the things we want. The things we give our money for are two types: goods and services, objects and actions. The goods can be used only once, like food, or multiple times, like a bicycle. The services are action which someone performs instead of us for a certain price. Now, the operative word for me here is which some, in terms of the services. So I'll deal with that first. The services are actions which someone performs instead of us for a certain price, which someone performs. So for me, I am saying that this is an object lesson where we can choose to shape or start to shape our children's mind to think like entrepreneurs. Because why can't we say to our children, you can be a producer of a good or a service. You can actually be an entrepreneur. You don't have to be just a consumer. So their gifts and their talents that you have that would have been God-given, you can think. So we are going to learn today how we can start thinking like an entrepreneur so we can become producers, and we can become producers of either a product or a service. So I'm saying this is the perfect place, and when you get to this particular comment, to start to shape your children's mind to think like an entrepreneur and not just think like a consumer. Yeah. And because they say entrepreneurs are people who seek to solve problems and create value. We actually could think about being an innovator. And the perfect example is our Dr. Ruja, who decided to create a cryptocurrency that is easy to use and easy to mine, with a comprehensive ecosystem that provides significant usability for us. And when I think of the DealShaker immediately, which is the e-commerce platform, and it's the only cryptocurrency with an e-commerce platform, yeah, where we can use our wands or we can trade goods and services for wands. So again, we as part of One Life, we can produce services or a product and put them on the DealShaker, and that's where we exchange money. So I am saying we have the perfect example before us to speak to our children about it. And we have the perfect example for us to speak to our children about becoming producers of goods and service, objects or actions. So that's one of the lessons I think that's one of the ways we can start to shape our children's mind to think entrepreneurial. And then one of the second object lessons I would have gotten from those 2 pages was about investments. Because one of the asset classes that we were told in level 1 that we can invest in is commodities. And they say commodities in level 1, they said to us, commodities are the things that people tend to use on a daily basis, that they are tangible products that are the building blocks of everything, almost everything we see in the real world. So straight away, when we think of goods and we think of commodities, straight away when Superted says the goods that can be used only once, like food, remember, and we give our money for such things, remember that food comes under the category in commodities of agriculture and livestock. So straight away, we're into teaching our children about, and we could use just those 2 pages to talk about investments and to talk about becoming entrepreneurs and being producers of goods and services. So I thought that those 2 pages were like, wow, straight away, those things came to my mind. So I just wanted to stop to speak to those of you who are parents, aunts, uncles, grandmoms, granddads, daddies, that's straight away, you can see how we can use this series to really demonstrate to our children and speak to them and start to shape their minds. And as Patrice said yesterday, and have the role playing and the skits going on. So straight away, you can ask them, what could you be a producer of? So if you said a service, probably they can wash the car. They can probably make drink, So those are the kind of things you can start to talk to your children about. All right, proceeding on to go to the next page. The money we give in exchange for the goods and services is the money businesses earn. So I thought that was an interesting thought. The money we give in exchange for the goods and services is the money businesses earn. So the same way that we give businesses money because we're exchanging it for goods and services, we can also earn money. And there's another way. And again, you can say to your children, therefore, the same way businesses can earn money, when you are a producer of goods and services, you can earn money. That money is then used to pay for expenses like the salaries of the people working in that business, the employees. The employees then spend that money to buy goods and services from another business. You see how this goes, right? Money is going to be circulating. That money is then used to pay for expenses like the salaries of the people working in that business, the employees. The employees then spend that money to buy goods and services from another business. You see how this goes, right? So people spend money on goods and services provided by companies. Companies spend money to pay the salaries of their employees. So there's a little scenario here. Hello, this is Larry, and we're calling to confirm your order. The product will be delivered within 3 hours. Yes, thank you. Here is your order, sir. And we have a happy customer when we deliver on time, when we deliver a quality product, and it's a good job, so here is your payment. The transfer of money between companies and people is called the circulation of money. So this morning we're talking about the circulation of money, and we've come to the little nugget that says it is the transfer of money between companies and people is called the circulation of money. The more goods and services are produced and consumed in a given country, the more jobs there are. The more jobs there are, the more money there is. The richer the country and the stronger its economy. So when we are producers of goods and services, we can produce more jobs. When there's more jobs, there's more money. When there's more money, the richer the country becomes and the stronger is the economy. So straight away we impact our economy when we are producers. When we are producers, whether we are producers of products and services or we work for a business that produces products and services, when we are productive citizens, then we make our country richer and we impact the economy. Because I think sometimes as employees, or even sometimes I guess as business people, we might think we're impacting the economy, but sometimes as an employee, we sometimes don't think that. We just think we're here doing these people work. You know, sometimes we have that kind of attitude. So straight away, you know, it makes us say, you do impact the economy. You can make, and you are making the economy richer when we are productive. Yeah, so when we are productive citizens, we make a difference, we make an impact. The money we spend is the money someone else earns. The transfer of money between businesses and people is called the circulation of money. Again, they're reiterating the thought. The faster the money circulates, the richer the country. The combination of production and consumption of goods and the circulation of money is what we call an economy. And I thought that that was such a simplistic way to put it, and for us to understand and to be able to quickly embrace that thought and be able to speak with even more confidence about our economy and how it, and understand how it works, so that when we go out there and we talk about finance, we talk about the global economy, we start to understand it straight away from this simple thought. So I'll read that again. The money we spend is the money someone else earns. The transfer of money between businesses and people is called the circulation of money. The faster the money circulates, the richer the country. The combination of production and consumption of goods and the circulation of money is what we call an economy. Did you know some people think that by spending more, we actually end up earning more as a whole? This is because the more money circulates around us, the more opportunities we have to earn more of it. Did you know there are different types of economies in the world? So we have the market economy and we have the command economy. So in the market economy, because product A is successful, we decide that we're going to make more. The market economy decides what and how much to produce depending on what people buy. So when we talk about a market economy, we're talking about countries like ours, countries like the US. That's what we call a market economy, a democratic. It's like a, yeah, let me leave that there for the moment. All right, the plan for this month. So when we talk about a command economy, it says, all right, the plan for this month is to produce less of product A and more of product B. The command economy decides what and how much to produce based on a plan made in advance for the development of the country. And that's where we get the socialist countries where, you know, the economy is, they produce based on a plan and based on what the government thinks is the best way to develop the country. And when I was going through this, one of the first countries that came to my mind, and I'm sure there are other countries that would have come to yours as you read this now, was a country like Cuba. That's one of those that came to my mind. So we are at the end of our reading for the Super TED series. So now we're going to play a little video so that we can go through what I just went through. And I was just looking to see what was in the chat in the meantime.
Hello there. My name is Super Ted, and I will be your guide in the world of finance. If you are not sure what finance is, don't worry. You will really soon. Today, we will see how money changes hands. We now know that money is used for exchange, for acquiring the things we need. The things we use money for are generally two types, goods and services. Goods can be used once, like food, or multiple times, like a bicycle. Services are actions that someone else performs instead of us, like mowing the lawn or fixing a car. The money we give in exchange for the goods and services we use is the money businesses earn. This money is then used to pay for expenses like rent, utilities, and salaries for the employees, the people working in the business. The employees then spend the money they earned with their work for goods and services they need. You see how it goes, right? People exchange money on goods and services provided by companies. Companies exchange the money they earned from sales for the work, labor of their employees. They compensate them for their time and efforts by paying them a salary. The place where such exchanges happen is called a market, the market of goods and services, where people and companies meet, and the labor market, where companies and employees meet. The transfer of money between people and companies is called the circulation of money. The more goods and services which are produced and consumed on the territory of a country, the more jobs there are. The more jobs there are, the more opportunities to earn money. The more money there is, the richer the country and the stronger the economy. The faster money changes hands, the more opportunities there are for people to make money and the richer the country is. The combination of production and consumption of goods and services plus the circulation of money is what we call an economy. Did you know that some people think that if everyone spent more, everyone would earn more as well? This is because spending stimulates the circulation of money, which then stimulates the economy.
So there you go. That's a short video to wrap up what I was talking about, and that's the end of my read. And Larry is now the host, and I'm giving it back to you.
Thank you so much, Maureen. Of course, we just want to recap for those who would have been looking at the video, and of course, very, very clean and clear-cut presentation by yourself. Hats off to you, Maureen. We talked about money as a medium of exchange. You know, can you clarify to those listening here or those who may have coming a bit late, what do we mean by money as a medium of exchange?
Interesting question, Larry. Well, it's a tool that we use and it's very, so there are characteristics that money have. So you can talk about them. It being easy to transport, is divisible, it's fungible, so it's basically, let me stick with, it's a tool that you can use for goods and services.
Right. So you see, so what you're saying is that money, this whole medium of exchange, what you're really exchanging is really value, because that's what you really want.
Yes.
It's like the next evolution as opposed to what we spoke about yesterday concerning bartering.
Yes, definitely. So it's the modern. There's so many things going around in my head. Yes, it is because bartering, when we, as Patrice would have pointed out yesterday, when we talk about bartering, it's usually things, and you usually only do it with two things. But money was created to make a difference so that you could exchange more things, and you could also easily travel with it, and it becomes very versatile. So yes, it is really about exchanging value, because it is what I want or what I need. I'm going to use that tool to exchange it to get what I want and what I need. So it is an exchange of value.
Absolutely. And to reiterate what money really is, and even Mike Maloney says it in The Hidden Secrets of Money in his first video, money really is a representation of your time and your freedom. That's really what money is. But since time and freedom are subjective characteristics, meaning you can't really touch it, the physical components of money evolved to the point where we now are really representing that value. So really and truly, money is a representation of your time and your freedom, because money does give you, to some extent, time and freedom. The more money you have, the more choices you are able to make. The more choices you're able to make, the more freedom you can generally have. We also talked a little bit about the circulation of money, and that the circulation of money definitely creates wealth. Your expanded view on that, Maureen?
The more money. Repeat that question again. Sorry.
Yes. I put you on the spot. The circulation of money creates wealth. Expand on that a little bit for our One Academites listening into the call.
Okay. I'm actually going to use what I said to them earlier. The money we spend is the money someone else earns. The transfer of money between businesses and people is called the circulation of money. The faster the money circulates, the richer the country. The combination of production and consumption of goods and the circulation of money is what we call an economy. And they're saying as well, the more we produce, more goods and services, then the more jobs there are. The more jobs there are, then there's more money, and the country becomes richer and the economy is stronger. Sorry about that.
Right. So you are saying that increased production of goods and services is really the circulation of money, and this contributes favorably to economic growth. This is what we attribute as creating wealth.
Yes. So the more productive we are, because I can't help, and I guess it's because of the field I'm in, that word productive, it really resonates with me, and it's all about productivity. And yeah, the more we produce, the more we're willing to be innovators, to be problem solvers, to get up and get, the more we can do, the more jobs we have, the wealthier the country.
So apart from going into another social implication, which I'm not going to go into, but we all know the whole politics of working and trading time for money, but it's still necessary, of course. But when you're in fact in a job, you are not just working for a salary, you're in fact creating production, which really helps the whole economics of your country, right? Is that what we're saying?
Yes, that's what we're saying. So it really peeves me when people refuse. Like one of the issues I always have to deal with in my field is people saying, I am not making any more suggestions. I have nothing to say. I will not, I will not say anything. I will leave them. And I'm thinking, no, but even if you share an idea with your boss and the person doesn't want to accept the idea, they don't even want to listen to you, I'm saying still keep doing it. But people withdraw because they're angry for one reason, or if they think their ideas are never listened to, never used, and they withdraw. And to me, you rob the organization and yourself really of ideas, and you, to me, you regress when you withdraw like that. And I mean, yes, some of us, we are in jobs and we believe, which is not right, but we believe we can't do better. So I'm saying, if you're not going to leave the job, then you should give fully. You should make the suggestions. You should give the ideas. And even though you feel what you feel, put that aside and continue to try to add value to your organization. So I don't want to get on my soapbox right now, but yes.
Yes, we understand that. And it also bears another important point that we as we as an adults, we need to set proper examples for our children. So if you
Yes.
are currently in your job scenario, you need to be as productive as you can. If
Yes.
you are unhappy with where you are, there are always choices. But
Yes.
in fact, in terms of getting other choices, what it in fact means is that we must be able to grow to another level. And many of us wish for other things, but we're not willing to learn and grow. So in really wrapping up what you would have said, the combination of production and consumption of goods and services, right, and the circulation of money, that's basically what we call the definition of an economy. So one academics, the definition of an economy is the combination of production, meaning your efforts,
Yep.
and consumption by consumers yourself in an economy, right? And by extension, when you spend money to businesses and you buy goods and services, you are in fact contributing to the circulation of money. And when you do that, the more money that's circulating in an economy is creating wealth in the economy. It's adding more opportunities for everyone. So you have a part to play in this whole economics of creating wealth. All right. So every single one of us is in fact creating wealth in our own individual societies. And that's a holistic kind of view. And really and truly, it's amazing when I see Super Ted really getting into that. And I'm happy that we're actually doing this. And to close, we talked about two types of economies. We have the market-driven economy, which are generally more so-called democratic societies,
Mm.
and command economies, which are more socialist, like Cuba and all those other socialist countries, which are in fact becoming more and more extinct in that type of belief system. So at the end of the day, we talked a little bit about money. We talked about how money circulates in the economy, how we contribute to economic growth, and how we can, in fact, take advantage. And by extension, using the deal shaker model, which Miss Marine actually indicated, that is a perfect example for us to stop just being consumers, but become entrepreneurs in the real sense of the word. So you get an opportunity to be able to take advantage of what is available out there. So we do have opportunities. We are part of the solution. We are looking to create solutions. We are not just complaining anymore. We are creating solutions. I see it's already close to 6:35 where I am, 5:35 if you're actually beyond Eastern Caribbean, and of course further afield. I see there are some people that I generally have known for quite some time, but I have not had the acquaintance of having them on the call. I don't know if Mr. Vincent Hackmad can unmute his mic. Vincent, can you unmute your mic, sir? Good morning to you.
Hi, good morning. Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you loud and clear, sir. How are you this morning?
Okay. Hi, I'm good. Thank you. I'm on the road, so I may be a bit off and on with
That's
connection.
okay. That's okay. It's
It is
good to hear your voice.
it's good to be in the call again. It's good to be in the call again, and I really enjoyed today's session as well. And this is my first session that I'm hearing with Super Ted, so that is great. And one thing that came to mind, as Vicky said, is that money is really what makes the economy. And sometimes fear is the one that stifles the economy. Usually when an economy is going through some hard times, people used to don't want to spend the money, thinking that it'll keep it safe so that next time or later when things are better, I can spend it. But it has a psychology effect whereby if everybody thinks that way, money just isn't going around, and the less money goes around, the worse the economy gets. So it's always good for the money to go around. So in hard times, really when you have to spend it, not hold on to it.
In terms of what you have experienced so far in your career, give us a little perspective of this whole concept of money as it relates to even where you are right now in St. Martin.
Let us think a little bit outside of the box, outside of the normal thinking,
Mm-hmm.
how money really works and how it can affect people's life daily. Yeah, so that's my 2 cents I would like to add to the conversation as well.
Thank you so much, Vincent. Hope you have a great day. Noel, good morning to you, sir. Can you unmute your mic?
Hi, good morning, Larry. Good morning, Maureen, and everyone on the call today.
Good morning to you, sir. Hearing you loud and clear, sir.
It's really a wonderful opportunity for all of us. My comment, the definition of money as a store of value, I was thinking of that actually just yesterday in our meeting while the presentation was taking place. I often refer to the Bible. You know, the Bible says, by the sweat of your brow, you should, get through in life, work and so on, and produce. And if we think about cryptocurrency and maybe even some types of work that people do, you try to imagine how are you sweating? It's just simply a term to identify work that you're putting out effort, your laboring, right? You have to use your mind, you have to use your body to produce products and services, right? Which will to the needs of others. We are really, Larry, and everyone on the call, we are really loving, taking care of, being benevolent to our fellow men when we work, when we produce, and when we consume. We should be grateful, because if a person put out energy to do something, whether it's a service or a product they develop based upon their own genius or creativity or innovation, and that product or service helps us to be more comfortable, help us to be more safe, help us to be healthy, we should be grateful. So money as a store of value really represents the fact that another person in the human ecology is taking the time, is taking the effort to contribute to our well-being. And in this regard, money should take on a higher ethical perspective. We should be more honest. We should be more accountable. We should be more
All right, we may have lost Noel for a moment. Just some of the comments coming out from the chat box. Therefore, the USD is the most circulated. That's coming from KESB. Says it's the most circulated currency. Noel, are you back?
Yes, I'm here. You hear me?
Yes, you kind of lost you for a moment.
Okay, sorry. So what I'm saying is that as you exchange your product or service, it should be something really valuable. So we need a higher work ethics, and we need to weed out the corruption from the exchange of value where money is concerned. And this platform is a platform that can really educate us to do such, to improve in the work ethics, to be honest and sincere as we exchange value, goods and services throughout the entire world, stirring up the economy, especially in the world of cryptocurrency where the blockchain is used. It can help us a lot to cut out the corruption and to be more transparent and to be more honest. Money today has taken on an ominous idea, that evil, so much evil is associated with money. As the scripture says, the lust of money is the root of all evil. But we can help to change that by adding true, sincere value to money. So everyone, have a good day, and blessings to everyone, and great job, Larry and Marine. Thanks for being on this call today. Take care.
Thank you so much, Noel. And of course, congrats to your call yesterday. I listened in on your call. For those who may not have had opportunity to have listened in on the call, it's actually posted on the Facebook as well. All right, just to wrap up before KESB, therefore the USD is the most circulated currency in the world, giving their currency, meaning the US, the highest circulation and allows the economy to survive with such high levels of debt, both internal and external. We have Mr. Cadiz also saying that Trinidadians and Tobagonians survived the last global meltdown by default because of the preconceived attitude that they can't eat the money. So circulation of money was not an issue here as we have continued to spend. So money remains in circulation and therefore boosted the economy. Of course, most importantly. Before we go, just to remind you that next month we have our expo, the Caribbean Deal Shaker Expo, that's going to be on at the Trinidad Hilton Conference Center from July 20th, 21st, and 22nd, 2018. Please liaise with your respective uplines to get tickets and more information with that. I'm going to take one other call. Miss Patrice James, Diamond Patrice James, good morning. Are you close to your mic? All right. Patrice may not be close to her mic. So we're going to wrap up. Yes, Patrice.
Yes, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Maureen, great job this morning. I really enjoyed the read and the video, making the money go around. And Larry, my contribution this morning is just to reiterate what Maureen said about teaching our children. That's very close to my heart because the schools, the primary nor the secondary school sector teach the children to become entrepreneurs, and it's really something that misses them. It's only when they maybe go into college and university and take a course that they come across that, and sometimes that it passes them at that time too, and they believe that all they have to do is work, go to school, get good grades, and then get a job. So just want to encourage all of us to encourage our children to become entrepreneurs and investors, and that's my contribution. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Patrice, for your contribution this morning. Have a great day. Of course, as we wrap up this morning, we're going to continue our series with Super Ted tomorrow. We have Mr. Cadiz, who's going to be joining us tomorrow with his read and his perspectives moving forward. All right, so before we go, Miss Maureen Brown, I invite you now for your closing remarks as it relates to your read this morning, and any comments you want to add before we close.
Thank you, Larry. Well, I want to say to my fellow colleagues online that we want to say thank you for being here. It's a sacrifice to be here on mornings. We appreciate you. We love you. And I want to encourage you to share the Super TED series, share the One Academy. We have value for money that we can share with everyone, family, friends, loved ones. So have a great, productive One Life day. Take care. Bye-bye.
The One Academy is the heart of our company. Cryptocurrency is not an easy product. It's a very innovative product based on technology and based on very, very complex concepts. For us to be part of this financial revolution, to be part of cryptocurrency and of a community, we need to understand exactly what we do and what we talk about. And this is why we have the One Academy. The One Academy provides you with concepts, provides you with explanation on cryptocurrency and on the financial world. I would encourage everybody to join the courses, to do the certificates, and to understand thoroughly how to use cryptocurrency, what cryptocurrency is, and how we can change the world by using cryptocurrency. One Academy. Learn today, lead tomorrow.